Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of this Sunday evening here at MadWorldTarot. And we're having movie night tonight here at MadWorldTarot, courtesy of Netflix, because the Parkles are in a mad scramble to get content for Netflix. Anything will do, seemingly. I've just done a reading on John Travolta and the proposed, alleged Diana documentary, Diana and Celebrities. Now I'm looking at the story that apparently Harry and Meghan have optioned the rights to a rom-com by a Canadian author. Her name is Carly Fortune. This is her second book. The book is called Meet Me at the Lake. It's her second outing. She's first was a bestseller, and apparently this one is very popular as well, is doing very well. And we have heard rumours that they are going to be removing themselves from being in front of the camera and starting to produce instead the Parkles and rom-coms, focus on rom-coms. So this is in line with the stories that we have been drip-fed over the past few weeks and months. So this is the first rom-com that's been announced, allegedly. Let's throw one of those in. And when I say rom-com in the title, that is a deliberate typo and not just me being dumb. So there it is. We're going to have a look at this. Meet Me at the Lake. It is about someone who lost a parent in a car crash, suffered from a traumatic childhood, addiction issues. Are you seeing any similarities, any patterns? We're going to ask why they needed to make a film about themselves, basically, even though they have realized no one wants to see them on the screen anymore. Well, I know what. Let's just hide behind the cameras, but make the film about us anyway. So we're going to have a look at this. We're going to see how desperate they are for content. We're going to ask, do they really need to make a film about themselves? And does Netflix, oh, there's the Three of Swords. Does Netflix actually want this film? Did they really pay £3 million for the film rights? And it sounds crazy. And then what's going to happen in the near future? Because we have a writer's strike in Hollywood, we have an actor's strike in Hollywood. What is going to happen? How keen is Meghan to be a producer? Of course, she was married to a Hollywood producer. She sent the rings back in the post. She kept the blender and the tennis bracelet. And is this something she yearns for? She sees her way to being a big power player in Hollywood. If she can produce this rom-com, it's Hallmark fodder, really. This, it's not anywhere approaching those classic rom-coms of the 90s that Meghan Markle seemed so obsessed with. Really, this is Hallmark fare. And so we'll continue with the Celtic Cross I'm going to do and ask, is this a smash hit? Is she going to have a smash hit on her hands? I'm saying she, because I can't imagine that Harry is that enthused about producing a rom-com. He seems quite enthused about his Africa thing. And there are rumours that he's going to pop up in Cape Town at some point. Perhaps I'll take a drive. There's quite a violent taxi strike on in Cape Town at the moment. So good luck, has been, if you arrive in the mother city in the near future. You might need those bodyguards after all. But that's a bit of snark. And let's remind you, it's all snark. Yeah, it's tarot. For fun and entertainment, we view our opinion here, or I view my opinion, and speculate on what might be going on. I read energy, it's archetypal energy, and of course, there is a disclaimer in the box below. Oh dear, we have the High Priestess in reverse here. It's a female energy, and rom-coms really are, aimed mostly at women. Dare I say such a thing now? It's the female energy, but it's female energy that's unbalanced and feeling a bit exposed, having lost her mystique, really. And I think this is what's had happened to Madame. She's having to wear some quite cheap brands now. Gone are the days of Dior, those glory days. She's wearing clothes that anyone can just buy. They're not selling out. She's not being very successful at anything. She's losing her aura of invincibility, her power, her mystique. And having to scratch around and option books like this. And no disrespect to the author, but this is not war and peace. You know, this is not going to change the world. So let's look at the heart of this reading and see what we are dealing with here in terms of Parkles becoming producers of rom-coms. The Emperor, need to be important, need to be a big player in Hollywood. Same card that came out in the John Travolta reading. It was his energy. Meghan wants this for herself. Harry might want it too, but I doubt it really, because we've heard lots of things about how this is Meghan's world and he doesn't fit and he doesn't understand it, and Africa. So the Emperor, I think she needs to be a power player in Hollywood. She's realized that nobody wants to see that face that is fading away with allegedly the Ozempic games that she's playing. We'll look at that at some stage. It's on the to-do list. But yes, wants to be important. Wants to have those important meetings with important people. How desperate is she? Let's talk about her only here. How desperate is she to get content for Netflix before this deal goes? Yeah, Princess of Pentacles is deals. It's the Page of Pentacles. It's about deals. It's about contracts, negotiations, coming along. It's a very juvenile energy, coming along with a little offer and saying, well, knock, knock. How about this proposal? And then the real Emperor, which is not Meghan, saying, go away. That's rubbish. Not interested. Go find something else. And the clock is ticking, by the way. The deal is over in 2025. But this is pretty humble, pious, hopeful, hoping someone will ink the deal, hoping someone will give her millions to produce this thing, and then she can lie on that pizza slice in the pool and not do anything. Well, 1 hour a week, and the film will never get made. What's going on behind the scenes? And I want to know in particular their motive here, because this is a movie about themselves. Tell us about that bizarre parallel with the storyline. Death in reverse. This is something people cannot let go of. Story they can't let go of. So even though they're now producing rom-coms, they're going to produce rom-coms about a dead parent. Literally, we have the death card. Can't get past this because it is the thing that bonds them. Harry's trauma that Meghan feeds, because Meghan is Diana too, and Harry is terrified Meghan is going to die the way Mummy died. And yes, I'm being snarky about it, but get help. Get proper help. Death card in reverse. So here we are, stuck in the same old. And that quicksand that's pulling them down and down and down in a death spiral of their own. So the focus energy, what's above, this is what's below the motivation. This is what's kind of going on the top, on the surface. Does Netflix want this? Are they interested? They think, brilliant. She's had a bestseller, and yes, pay £3 million for the rights. Something you should probably pay, I don't know, 10,000 max. Six of Pentacles. They're not saying no with that. You owe us, is the Six of Pentacles. We've given you a shed load of money at this point. You need to come up with the goods. So we're listening. We haven't closed the door. We're listening. But I'm not getting wild enthusiasm for the project. Not at all. But I'm not getting a no. I'm getting, you owe us. You better come up with something good. Whether this thing is the something good, we will hopefully find out later in this reading. Let's go into the past and ask, did they really pay £3 million for the rights, the film rights to this thing? Let's see. Well, we have a 3. It looks as if they did actually cough up £3 million for the film rights, as I understand the article. It could have been a 3 million deal, but when I went and looked, it said no, they paid 3 million for the rights. So 3 million deal is a bit different to a 3 million for the rights. So newspaper could have reported this incorrectly, of course. But taking it on face value, we have a 3 of Wands. That's an investment in something where you're expecting a good return. 3 of Wands is hopeful that this is going to be a big payday for you at some stage. That ship's going to come right in and not be attacked by pirates and torn apart by a tempest and sink. Let's see how they're going to navigate. There's a Parkle word. The problems in Hollywood now. What's going to happen next? Because someone's got to write the thing. Someone's got to act in the thing. Someone's got to direct the thing. And we know that Hollywood has ground to a halt. What is going to happen next with this project? Oh dear. Seven of Wands in reverse. Well, there are difficult times coming their way with the Seven of Wands in reverse. And first of all, we have the problem. People are mentioning the word scab when it comes to Meghan Markle. Not a good word when there is a strike on. I've heard that word not bandied around by commentators. Can't think who precisely, but I have heard it. I listen to so much as I go about my daily business. But anyway, Seven of Wands in reverse is somebody who has lost their position, lost their status, has done something indefensible, it is quite vulnerable, and it could be that her failure to come out and actually make a statement, at least, about the strike that is on in Hollywood, could come back and bite her in the you-know-what with that card. And I understand that she might have a deal with Netflix that says you can't say anything critical about us while you have this deal, which is why they don't comment on The Crown, for instance, on any of the other projects that Netflix has that might reflect poorly on them or the royals, the rest of the royals. But that is problematic. That is problematic. They're vulnerable coming up. They're not in a powerful position, much as she wants to be the emperor, as we have seen from this reading. How much does she fancy being a producer? I've already got the emperor in this reading. Is this something? It's funny. It brings out a really toxic side of her personality. You've got a stair climbing up and going into the door in this person's brain. I think it's something she's literally obsessed with. Devil is obsessive energy, and opening a door into that mind where these dark thoughts lurk. And we know Trevor was a producer, we know Daddy got his Emmy, even Samantha had some successful roles in film and television before she was struck down with illness, serious illness. But this is something she really wants, obsessively once. And pretty much with the devil, I get the idea, and of course it's just an idea, an opinion, that she'd pretty much do anything to get there. Interesting. Trample over anyone to get to the top. So what pressure is she under right now? And it is really all about her at this point. Five of Cups in reverse. Disappointments and setbacks with the Five of Cups that she can't. She's finding it hard to shake. There have been so many blows recently with friends, that so-called celebrity friends who have quietly disappeared, and somehow who have loudly denounced the Parkles. There have been lots of disappointments. I think deals that didn't work out. Hurtful, disappointing, a lot that she's looking at and feeling a self-pity over, I would say. Not regret. I don't think regret is in her emotional makeup vocabulary. But Five of Cups in reverse, she's struggling with getting out of that energy of self-pity, negativity, everyone's let me down kind of vibe, that she's put out some hit pieces blaming, for instance, Spotify for not supporting her and not telling her exactly what to do, just like she blamed the royal family for not teaching her the words of the national anthem. Google obviously not her friend, but anyway, Five of Cups in reverse. Her hopes and fears for this new project, well, there you go. We've used up the Emperor already. So she's hoping that it's pretty similar. We've got the High Priestess, very powerful archetypal female energy in reverse underlying. This is, it's not twin, but similar energy. The Empress upright, very much female energy. Look, I'm going to be a female power player in Hollywood. They're all going to bow before me. No one is going to be as successful, will ever have been as successful as I'm going to be, as this feminist icon in the movie business. We're back in the 90s again, seemingly, with that card. I'm surprised I haven't seen a pink flamingo or something like that, but that would be 80s, sorry, wrong decade. But yeah, she wants it. She's hoping that this is her big payday, that there is tons of abundance, popularity, success. She's acclaimed. She's everyone's friend. Everyone adores her and worships her. Miss Congeniality sort of vibe there. So how is it actually going to go? This is the hopes, what she hopes will happen. How is it actually going to go? Heh. Yeah, a little bit of Schadenfreude there. No, actually a boatload of Schadenfreude. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Something she might gamble on. She's gambled £3 million on this, apparently. I'm still trying to get my head around that. And yeah, it's not going to go well for her. Slippery slope, downhill, 7 of Wands in reverse. And then we hit the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, where she lands at the bottom of the slippery slope and can't claw her way back up again. All done. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, massive setbacks, surprise setbacks, feeling like the gods are against you, can't believe your bad luck. We've already got a strike. You know, it's the kind of thing, and I'm not wishing this on anyone, but with the Parkles and their bad karma, shall we say, it's not just bad luck, it's bad karma. They've had the pandemic and downturn, economic downturn, and this thing and that thing, deaths in the family that they've blamed for their lack of success. You could get some sort of natural disaster or something that could come along, an earthquake or something like that, or fires or mudslide, mansion being hit by a mudslide, and an unexpected setback. It's got Tower energy, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Something could come out of left field and just destroy this project. And I'm getting a strong sense of natural disasters. Heads up, or you who live in those parts of the world. Although I did get a strange idea that they might decamp and film this somewhere else, Canada. So it could be like weather related. Something goes wrong that they don't foresee, haven't been well, they might be insured against, but shuts the whole project down, and it just turns into a debacle for the Parkles. There it is. They probably would film this in Canada. I suppose she's a Canadian writer. It's set in Canada. It makes sense. Toronto, old haunts. If has-been's gone off to Africa, then I suppose, Madame, to Toronto. Where are the kids? Where are the kids? Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.